Alright, what's going on, guys? My name is Reno, and welcome back to Nintendo News. Now, we actually have a little bit to talk about here. It's not a whole lot, I have a little list here, but it's still a little bit more than the last couple episodes, and it is some stuff I actually want to get a little bit more into, so I'm not going to waste any time. We're just going to go ahead and get started with it. Alright, so first thing here, Nintendo announced the Nintendo World Championships NES Edition is coming out on the Switch on July 18th, and it looks kind of like a compilation of some of the Nintendo World Championships, like the original one back from the NES, like the original. They even announced this collector's edition that comes with a replica cart, some pins, and a bunch of other bonus features as well, and it looks really cool. I'm a really big fan of it, and it looks like it's going to be great for any retro fans out there, anyone who had the original Nintendo World Championships and who had an NES back in the day. Like I said, both the game and the collector's edition are coming out on July 18th, so if that seems like it's up your alley, I'm going to go to give it a look. And Nintendo also announced that as of June 10th, you will no longer be able to post your screenshots or clips from the Switch onto Twitter. And you'll no longer be able to add friends via social media if you have the accounts linked. In the friend suggestions, you could add Twitter users and I think your Facebook friends as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they're taking away those features as of June 10th. Now, I already made a video talking about the potential Switch 2 and what that could look like. If you guys haven't seen that yet, definitely go check it out. I'll put the card up at the top of the screen and it'll be linked in the description below as per usual. But I really do think we are officially in rollout season for the potential next Nintendo console, or at least they're building up the framework for it. Because why else would they be doing so much maintenance on the Nintendo Switch servers, which they have been doing maintenance a lot this month and the last couple months as well, which I just haven't been touching on. And taking away features like this, things getting announced, things getting leaked, which I'll get to here in a second. I really do think something big is going to be coming on the horizon, and I cannot wait for it. And speaking of big things, the specs for this console might have just got leaked a little bit ago. Now keep in mind, everything I'm about to talk about is only rumored and speculation, so take it all with a grain of salt. But according to some users on the Famiboard forums, they've been looking at shipping and tracking data for potential specifications of hardware that Nintendo will be using with their partners and collaborators and people working on this console. And what's reportedly been in the pipeline is a 6GB RAM chip, 2 of which are going to be used for a total of 12 gigabytes of RAM compared to the measly 4 on the regular Nintendo Switch. And we're still not sure if it's going to be DDR5 or DDR5X for those of you who know what that means. But it's still going to be really fast with reportedly 7,500 million transfers a second. Now, I have no idea what that means, so any tech bros in the comments can let me know, but that sounds crazy. They're also speculating the built-in storage is going to be 256 gigabytes with UFS 3.1 compatibility, which is 8 times more than on the regular Nintendo Switch that we have now. And they're saying the reads are going to be potentially 2,100 megabytes a second. That's 2 gigabytes a second transferring data. And if you add that with the potentiality of micro SD card compatibility for more expandable storage, even without a micro SD card, you could put so many games on this console. Because even for my Nintendo Switch, I think the highest micro SD that I had in my console for the entirety of me owning it was, I believe, 128. I may have got a 256 at one point, but I don't recall. I'm going to say the highest I had was 128 because that's the strongest in my memory. But if what they're saying here is true, if we're going to have a 6 or 12 gigabyte RAM console with 256 for storage, this is a huge leap in the hardware department for Nintendo, and that's what we love to see. That's what I have been waiting for. A massive hardware overhaul, something to completely blow the Switch out of the water, to be comparable even with the Series X and Series S and even the PS5, because these specs are really good. And now they might not be, you know, flagship Series X specced out with the teraflops or whatever you have in that. I only have the Series S, which I think has 4 teraflops, and I still have no idea what that means, to be honest with you. So I would be more than content with these. Even if these are mid-specs, comparatively, for Nintendo standards, these are phenomenal, right? So I'll take what I can get, quite frankly. Now we're going to take a quick break from the news here for a second. We'll be getting right back to it right after this. getting right back to the news here, we had a Splatfest on the weekend of the 17th to the 19th. And the theme for this one was, what would you do at the world's end? Oh my god. And the teams for this one were same old, bucket list, or save the day. And bucket list was the winner here, so congratulations to everyone that played. Congratulations to the team that won, of course. Sorry, this is a crazy question for a Splatfest. And they also dropped a new Splatoon song on the 23rd called Sea Source by Sashi Mori. So I'll leave that link in the description. I'll probably be playing a little bit of it in the video like I did for the last Splatoon song that dropped. So if you guys want to go check that out, I'd recommend it. And also on the 23rd, Paper Mario The 1000-Year Door was released on the Switch. And guys, I absolutely love this version of the game. It's, number one, really faithful to the original, which I love. And it looks absolutely beautiful. If you guys have not played the original 1000-Year Door and you're looking to play it, definitely go check this version out. I will be switching to the HD version in the playthrough, so right where we left off, we will be doing a pretty much direct one-to-one switch to the new HD version. But I have already been noticing a couple differences in catching up to the current point of where we're at, so I will put out a quick video, like a mini-sode, of the few differences in the first chapter from the start of the game to where we're at now, and I'll make a little compilation maybe before we get back into the story. But after we take a look at that, we are going to be going right back into chapter 2 in full HD. And guys, I really cannot stress how beautiful this game looks and runs, and it's just so good. The original on the GameCube is one of my favorite games of all time, and it still is, clearly, though I can't recommend this enough to anybody to play it. But I think that's where I'm going to wrap up this video. Like I said, we actually had quite a little bit to talk about here. Finally, some Switch 2 speculation, some news, some things that might be on the horizon. Remember, we still have that June Direct coming up as well, so the next episode is gonna be a hefty one. But don't expect any hardware, because Nintendo had said earlier, I think I covered this in my video about the Switch 2 being confirmed, that they are going to be holding their June Direct like they do every year. However, no mention of any new hardware will be present, so let's not get our hopes up too high. Let's just hope for some good games, some good software, and we'll see where we go from there. And let's keep in mind that some of these games that they announce could also be released on the Switch 2, and they could make it backwards compatible, they could make it a double release. Let's not forget about that possibility. And I want to quickly touch on this as well. Somebody had commented on that video saying that, didn't Nintendo confirm it to be announced in March 2025? Or something along those lines. I don't remember the comment exactly. And I looked it up because I did want to fact check. I did want to make sure I didn't miss any major points of a release period. But as far as my understanding goes, that was only a speculation. That's only what people are saying because of the fiscal year announcement. But they did only specify they would announce it in this fiscal year, not that they would release it. So it could still release potentially in, May or June of 2025, although that is unlikely. I do believe they will release it sometime maybe around March or earlier to maybe capitalize on those holiday sales. But again, this is Nintendo we're talking about here. They could do quite literally anything, and no one will expect it ever. When has Nintendo done something that anyone has been able to predict or expect? So unless anything is officially announced or confirmed by Nintendo, I'm taking everything with a grain of salt, treating it as speculation, treating it as rumors. Nothing is confirmed until Nintendo themselves say so. And so that's just the basis I'm running off of. That's what I'm covering. So I just wanted to clear that up, get that out of the way for any future videos of speculation and things that I might be talking about here about the Switch 2, since it is a major new release. And this is the first time I've been able to really talk about a new console getting released, because I started making Nintendo videos after the Switch had released. The Switch is what made me want to get back into making Nintendo videos. So I'm really excited to be able to cover this new console as it comes out, as it rolls out, as we get new information. I'm so excited for this. But I'm gonna stop myself here. I can feel a tangent coming along. So with that being said, and with that all out of the way, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like down below and leave a comment. Tell me if there's anything that I missed or that I got wrong. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.